Hello everyone, my name is Advocate Rohan Mishra and I am an Associate Advocate at Law Offices of Gaurav Vivek Tawar, Advocate and Associates. Today, we will discuss about the concept of summary trial as given under CRPC section 260 to 265. So first of all, we start with the scope and object of summary trial. So summary trial implies speedy disposal of cases. A case can be tried and disposed of at once. Summary trial is not intended for a contentious and complicated case which necessitates a lengthy trial. The object of summary trial is to have a record sufficient for the purpose of justice but not so long as to impede speedy disposal of cases. Summary trial is an abridged form of regular trial and a shortcut in procedure. The maximum punishment that can be given in a summary trial is 3 months. Now, who are the judicial officer empowered to try summary trial is given under section 260 subclause 1. It is pertinent to note that very nature of summary trial requires that experienced and senior judicial officers shall try the case in a summary manner. The same is mentioned as follow: the Chief Judicial Magistrate, Metropolitan Magistrate, Judicial Magistrate First Class and any other magistrate. However, it is to be mentioned that on the JMIC and any other magistrate can only exercise such power upon being empowered by the High Court. Also, if any judicial magistrate who tries a case in summary manner is not empowered to do so, such proceedings shall be void. Now, we will discuss what are the offences that are triable in summary way. That is given also under section 260 subclause 1. So, the following offences are triable in a summary way. First, any offence punishable with imprisonment for less than 2 years. Theft, where the value of property is less than Rs 2000. Receiving stolen property, where the value of the property is less than 2000. Concealing or disposing stolen property, where the value of property is less than Rs 2000. House trespass or housebreaking. Also, insult with intent to provoke a breach of peace can be tried as summary way. Also, abatement of any aforementioned offences, attempt to commit any offence mentioned above, or any offences under section 20 and Cattle Trespass Act 1871. Now, coming to the procedure that is to be followed in a summary trial as given under section 262. So first of all, we will discuss about summon case procedure subject to section 262 to 265. The procedure affixed for a summon case shall be followed. However, the provisions of section 262 to 265 will have an overriding effect on the already existing provisions of summon case. Even if a case happens to be warrants case, still the aforementioned procedure shall be followed because of the summary nature of the case. Now, punishment awardable is given under section 262 subclause 2. That is, in a summary trial, the maximum punishment that is authorized court can award is imprisonment up to 3 months. However, there is no restriction on the amount of fine that can be imposed upon conviction. Now, we will discuss summary trial that is to be given up in favor of regular trial. In case the magistrate is confirmed with such compelling reasons that he deems undesirable to try the case in a summary manner, in such a case he may order a regular trial to take place. In such a scenario, the magistrate shall start the trial de novo and examine all the witnesses, even those who have been examined earlier under the summary trial procedure. Coming to the records in summary trial, the record of the summary trial shall contain the following particulars of the case. First, serial number. Second, the date of commission of offence. Next, date of report or complaint. Next, name of the complainant, detail of the accused, value of the property, details of the offence, pleas of the accused, the findings of the case, sentence and final order, and the date on which the proceedings terminated. Now, coming to section 264 that talks about the judgment that is given in summary trial. The magistrate shall record the following in case of accused does not plead guilty. First, a substance of evidence and a judgment. The judgment shall be such that court appeal or revision should be able to pursue the content of the same and understand the same. Every record shall be written in the language of court, which is given under section 265 subclause 1. Also, the record of the judgment shall be prepared and signed by the magistrate. So, this is all for today. Hope you all are keeping safe. Stay safe, stay home, and God bless.